Hi, welcome to Cup of Chocolate. I'm Shoko. In each episode of this podcast, a friend and I will be chatting and discussing listener-submitted stories and gossip. So grab a cup and let's chat. And we are live.
Hooray!
Excellent.
All right.
Okay. Finally, we are in Struggle City. So
That's all right. It's not. We're just figuring it out.
we are figuring this out.
Yeah. No
Okay.
worries.
So how are you, Diva?
I'm good. It's been a long day, but I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's been a long morning. I'm trying to figure out this whole technology thing, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, switching platforms is a lot.
yes. It's a learning curve. We are learning as we grow, I guess.
Yes. Learning as we grow and growing as we learn. It's both ways.
Exactly. All right, I'm like, hold on. Let me just pause for one moment and make sure that this is recording. Do you see like a red light in your screen somewhere?
I see. Yeah, I see.
Okay.
Like at the bottom, it says that this call is being recorded. So I think
Okay,
we're good.
Because the first time I used this platform, I had this amazing conversation with like a good old friend. I hadn't talked to her in almost 10 years.
Oh.
And we were just gabbing. We had such a great time. And later she was like, I don't see the red dot anymore.
Oh no! Well, I mean, was it the whole time, or was it just some of it that didn't catch?
It was the whole time.
Oh man!
And
No.
it was such a good story too. So I was like, I'll catch you later.
Yeah,
We'll do
just take
this
a breather.
again.
We'll come back. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a bummer.
Yeah. So anyways, I wanted to touch back with you on our last episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like even before that episode aired, you were already like up in the numbers, right, with your followers.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of like there's been a lull, but I mean like the algorithm's been weird. We all know this,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I've grown a little bit since last time.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, I mean, do you want me to say? Do you want me
Yes,
to tell you the number?
I checked too, and I wrote it down in case you weren't gonna share with the people.
What was it when you wrote it down?
Okay, well, so this was just like, I guess,
Did you do it just moments ago?
less than an hour ago.
Less than an hour ago? Okay, well, I have, right now I'm 8,417.
Okay, same number. Bingo.
Okay.
Whee! Yeah. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's picked up a little bit. I'm just, like, I don't put too much weight on it. I try not to anyway. But, like, the closer that I get to the goal, it's hard to not put a little bit of weight on it because you're like, oh, it's so close, but it's whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, so you have the mic set, you have the headphones. Are you preparing for this podcast?
Yeah, well, yes, and this microphone, like, I want to get an upgraded one for the podcast. This microphone I have is not the best. It's just a standard, like, the Blue Yeti microphone. It's like, there are so many people that just cringe, like, that when I say that. Because it's not, like, it's kind of like, you know, baby's first, like, nice microphone. But I got it, like, a while ago for work, and it's been fine for work, because I do some voiceover things for work, but, like, it's not anything too crazy. I mean, I'll probably end up using the nice new mic for both things, for, like, my work and the podcast stuff, but yeah, so I just happen to already have one, and this is, like, the one that I have at I'm sitting at, like, my work from home desk, game desk, but, like, I use it for, like, Discord hangouts and all that good stuff. But
that's awesome, though. So you already have the bases to get started.
Sure. Oh yeah. I could just start with this as we're doing now. Like
Yeah.
In fact, maybe I will. But also, like, I have some things in my cart. Yeah.
Exciting.
Yes.
Exciting. So I don't know if you've, planned find out much more of your podcast, but I want to hear what your ideas are.
Sure. Yeah, I have like a little note going. It's not much because like really I don't know. Have you? I think we may briefly. I don't know if I mentioned it last time, but like, have you listened to Brittany Broski's podcast before?
No, I've seen her videos before,
Yes.
like way back. I don't know if it's any similar.
I mean, maybe she's always been pretty similar, but anyhow, she runs a solo podcast, and that's kind of like what I was kind of modeling after, or like inspired by rather.
Yeah.
And pretty much like I was gonna follow in her footsteps, and what she does is pretty much just like she just gabs about like whatever is important to her in that very moment. It's kind of like just what we're doing now, kind of, but just like without the other person on the other end. Like, it's just,
I love it.
Like,
I love it.
She just like, here's what I'm watching right now. Here's what I'm reading right now. Here's what I'm thinking about right now. And I was like, I was thinking I would probably do that, but then also like. I guess really there was one thing that I had in my head because I love the idea of like I miss like MySpace things. I miss like the top 8.
Yes.
And,
oh
like,
my
I was
gosh.
thinking about that a lot. And so like I was thinking like instead of having like people in it, like friends or whatever, I would have like the top 8, which would be like my top 8 things that like are on my head right now, or like, you know, whether it's a song I really like, album, or like a show, or whatever it is, let's in my top 8 for like that particular week, like
I love
and like
it.
addressing that. But then like I also like every now and obviously it wouldn't just be me all the time. I would want guests too, and mostly it would probably be a guest every time, but like it would be like in a segment of it. So like a little portion would be like chatting with a guest about like one of their interests, one of their hobbies, or something like that.
So like a variety show.
Yeah.
I love it.
It may, who knows what it'll be. I'm not like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna go. Like the vibe I'm going for is like as if you were watching me thread all morning or whatever, but you know, without that middleman.
I love it. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm just like, gotta get there.
Yeah.
I don't have to, but at this point I said that that was
Right,
the goal that I set. So.
Right. Oh, so we have a little less than 2,000 more followers to go.
Yeah, and that could be like. What's crazy is that like that could be tomorrow,
I know.
that could be like in like 6 months. Like I don't know, because we've seen people just like overnight.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess it's when no one quite knows how this algorithm works, but we'll see. You never know what post you throw out there, which one of my random ass thoughts might get me there. But
I love it. I'm so excited. What is in your cup?
Oh, I have, because it is late, it's been such a long day and I've been drinking coffee all day long, I have some tea, so I have some tension tamer teas.
Ooh,
like Celestial Seasonings tension tamer. Yeah.
Delicious.
Not sponsored.
You can sponsor us, please. Please sponsor us.
Can you imagine Celestial Seasonings? What a
Oh
slay
my
that
gosh,
would be.
I would love it. A
but anyway,
different
what do
tea
you
for
got?
each. Yeah, I have a authentic chocolate actually today.
Oh my gosh, yes!
I have a hot chocolate.
I love that. I mean, there is hot chocolate that I could have made, but it's like technically not mine. It's like Ethan's hot chocolate.
Oh.
So like, do I want to get in trouble? Probably not.
Right. Next time we'll ask Ethan to join us with his hot chocolate.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. I mean, he probably just got off of work, so he's probably gonna be on his way home soon. I had to text him and be like, I'm gonna be recording, so like, don't come in.
Well, here's to our episode. Cheers.
Yes, cheers. Yum.
Oh, so good.
I love it.
Okay, so
It's been nice after today.
Yeah. I'm so glad. I'm sorry you had a long day.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, it was like just a long meeting at work, but it was just a lot of one of those like they were like anything that it was a Murphy's Law kind of day.
Oh. Yeah.
So, but we made it through.
We made it through. I am just starting my day. Well, ish. It's 11. It's a little bit before noon here. So my day is going to be long, but
oh boy, well,
but this is a great little like oasis for me right now, doing this podcast with you.
I'm glad. I mean, I'm so glad that you were having me back, and so soon.
Yes. Well, you know, everyone loved it. Everyone loved they loved your episode.
Yay, that's so good.
I had people telling me that they want to hear more about Bridget.
Oh, okay.
They want to hear more. I did have a question about your whole diva thing.
Sure. Like just where, like why I say like where that even came from. It is so not impressive or anything. It is literally just like shorthand that like it is not even my. I mean, it's not my shorthand, but like I picked it up from my best friend. Who knows where she picked it up from? But my best friend Naomi, like who is on Threads, she like. I mean, I like to like let people kind of figure out which one she is, because she doesn't she's not like present on like she doesn't post at all, but like, or not at all, but not very often, but every now and again she'll get on to keep up with me, and she'll kind of like bust my balls a little bit here and there on some things. But anyhow, so I picked it up from her, and I mean, I literally just like when I started Threads, I was just like. That's just kind of how I talk. That's how I talk.
I love it. I love it.
I don't know. And like, you know how everyone like you kind of fall into, I obviously don't say it like it's not in every other word. Like you would hear me saying it a lot more throughout the podcast if I spoke like that all the time. But you have a voice when you post on your account. Like everyone has like their voice. And so that's kind of, I don't know. It's whenever I form the thoughts that like I always end up becoming threads. That's like Diva's in there all the time. I mean,
love
it. I don't know. Like it. I use it as a gender neutral term. So like instead of saying man, boy, like I don't know.
Everyone's a diva.
It's everyone's a diva, and like I don't know. I like the idea of like. And obviously, no, like a diva is like, at least according to Beyonce, it's a female version of a hustler, and that is not me.
Yeah.
It's you know, I don't know. But I mean, it's stuck, I guess.
I love it, and I love how you use it like in the most like positive, affirming way. Like it can have like negative connotations. Yeah. But I always feel so like, happy when you call me Diva.
Oh my god, I'm so glad. And that's how I mean it too. I mean, like, because like, well, sometimes it can be like Diva, or it could be like Diva. You know, and it depends on the context, but generally you could pick it up.
Yes, absolutely.
But then also, like I had a conversation with or like a couple of times today with my friend on there, Sam. He was like I've been posting like any random thing. Like it's never. Oh, let me just cover that up. Nip slipping on the video call. But I'll just like he thought I was directing something at someone. I was like, I never like I don't subthread, because he was like, I love your subthreads, and I was like, I don't do that. Like I'm never talking about anyone or to anyone. Like it's just like. And I told him like it's a very like if the shoe fits kind of vibe around these parts. Like I just post random. I don't know. It just comes. It just comes to my head and I put it on there. And there's no one ever like on the receiving end.
No.
But
like you're only gonna be offended if it fits. Like.
And in which case, okay, great. Like maybe it's true then.
Oh my god. Yes.
But I'm glad that you like being called Diva, and like you're not the first one to say that either. Like, and I've been tagged in things that were, like where they'll like I forget who it was now. Oh gosh, I'm blanking because like I think this person has changed her name a couple times on the anyhow, I remember she tagged me in like a picture of a bunny with a bow on its head and said, "This is what I feel like when Presto calls me Diva." Yes, I love that. Oh man, it's cute. It's cute and fun, and I love it.
I love it. Yeah, it's definitely like when the lunch lady calls you honey.
Yeah. Oh yes.
my feeling. When the lunch lady calls you honey, it's like, yes.
Oh my goodness, I love that. That is so funny. Wow, cute. Because it was so unintentional. Like that's why, like I gush about it because it was such a non-choice.
Yeah, I love it. It's your signature.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't have to think about it.
right. It's just
try
natural.
to find one. Yeah. I'm glad that like it was picked for me because also I was never gonna call myself the Threads Diva or the Diva. I was never gonna call myself that until someone else did.
Oh, I love it.
I didn't. I never did until other people did. I was like, okay, I will claim that now that it has been dubbed upon me. I will take it. But I was not gonna like.
You're not gonna put the crown
create
on
that. No. I wish to be crowned.
Yes. Well, you have been crowned. Here you go.
Oh my gosh! Thank you. My second one.
Oh yes, your second one. Oh my gosh. So I don't want to like get too carried away. I mean, I'm enjoying this so much. But I do have a story for you.
Okay, great. Let's hear it.
That is my story from my own experience. But it is about a mystery package that caused some scandal, some drama. Have you ever had like some kind of, mail drama or like a mystery package drama?
Well, I thought about this when you mentioned it, like thinking about it. I was like, well, nothing like mysterious. Like I thought about one situation with like a package of sorts, but like I knew what it was and who it was coming. Like it wasn't a mystery, but like it was a dramatic package. So like I've got that on deck if it counts, but like it's not a mystery.
All right. Well, so. We'll go into my story and we'll just gab as we go.
Yes.
So this story takes place late last January. So like exactly a year ago. Yeah, about.
Okay.
So I came home one day and I went to get the mail, as you do. You check the mailbox. And there was a failed delivery slip. Like I don't. It's very common in Japan, like where you, if you're not there for the package, you have to like have them come back again to deliver it because you have to sign for it.
Yeah, for some things. I mean, like not every package is you have to sign for. A lot of times it's just for more expensive things. But anyway, I get you. Yeah, they have that. It's normally a sticker on the door around here, but I have experience with. But okay.
Yeah. So I found one of those slips, and the slip is addressed to my husband and I. So both of our names, first and last. But I didn't recognize the sender. But I mean, but we like.
Because how often do you get was it like a handwritten was it handwritten or was it typed out that your name's on there?
Well, the slip is like written by the carrier. Okay. So that was handwritten, but
gotcha.
So then I just like out of habit because I always immediately like register to have it like redelivered at a different time.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't recognize the name. Little background: my grasp of written Japanese is terrible.
Oh boy!
Yay! So like I can like my conversation is fine. I can text fine because the texting will change the characters, and I mean this is going to be a huge thing if I try to explain written Japanese.
Let's just have a lesson right here, quick little written a little Japanese lesson. Yeah.
But there's like different characters that mean different things, and then when it comes to names, people's names, like the same character could have a multitude of different readings. So like names are just really difficult for me. So anyways, the package says that, it's addressed to my husband and I, and the contents is listed as nori seaweed.
Seaweed.
Seaweed. Nori seaweed.
Okay.
Like,
Nori seaweed.
okay. Who's sending us seaweed? Like, why?
And why?
And why?
Yeah.
I mean, it's Japan, like, but
yeah, I mean, I guess like seaweed. Yeah, okay. I guess it's probably like it's edible seaweed. I would about like
yes.
seaweed for cooking.
Yes.
But like in my head, like I'm playing Animal Crossing, so I'm like seaweed that you just like pulled right up out of the ground, like out of the ocean, out of the ground. My God. Anyway.
Yes. So, anyways, I've had it set up to be delivered the next day. And so after I set it up to be delivered, I text my husband a photo of the slip, and I'm like, do you know who this is? And he says no.
Great.
Okay. Oh, go ahead, whatever.
Mystery person has both your names, trying to send you seaweed.
So then I sent the photo to my mom because maybe my mom's friend or someone was sending us a package. She didn't know.
Great. So, 2 for 2.
Yeah, 2 for 2. Yeah. And those are really only 2 people I would think of who would know someone who is sending, packages of seaweed, I guess, to us.
Packages of seaweed.
So the next day, the package arrives, and I sign for it. It is surprisingly big. It's like this big. It's pretty big.
Yeah, large. Larger than one might expect for seaweed.
Yes, seaweed is very thin. It's very small. Like those like rice ball onigiris.
Yes.
And that little like black strip.
Oh, so it's just like
yeah, it's like a little tiny thing. So it doesn't need this huge box. It's got a little bit of a weight to it. Seaweed is light, so it has a bit of weight to it, which is also kind of strange.
How much seaweed did you get?
So I send a picture of the package. I haven't opened it because I'm like, I don't even know who this is. I send a picture of the package to my husband, and he's like, I don't know what this is. So my husband is at work. While at work, he does a little research about packages from unknown senders, and he comes up with a lot of information warning about delivery scams.
Oh.
So what? It's like, yeah. So like
what kind of how? Okay, yeah. How like once you already have the package, what scam is occurring?
So it's like you sign for the package, which means they have like your signature. You have accepted it. So then they can charge you for like a accepting that package. Perhaps it's like I don't know, unfulfilled charge or something, and like well, you sign for it
of some sort. Okay.
Or something like that. I mean, this situation kind of seemed to fit a few of the criteria that was on these articles about these scams. So we're getting a little bit concerned. And so the package was addressed from Tokyo.
Okay.
So my husband's like, okay, this is totally a scam. And he decides to call, so he decides to call the Tokyo Police Department.
Wow, he's like not pulling any punches. He said,
no.
He said, not today, calling the police.
Not today. So he calls the Tokyo Police Department, and they're just like, well, you are in Kyoto. You have accepted the package in Kyoto. This is out of our jurisdiction.
Oh boy. I mean, I guess so. I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, but the package came from Tokyo. So
that rules.
Right. So the Tokyo police tell him you have to contact the Kyoto Police Department.
Okay. So now we gotta call someone else.
Yep. So my husband is trying to get a hold of the Kyoto Police Department. He has called like 3 times, but for some reason they just can't get through. Like, I don't know if they're busy. I don't know, like, obviously he's not calling 911, right?
Okay, yeah, I mean, it's like unsettling, but then, like, of course, like, my head.
Right,
like,
right.
We said that, it clicked, I'm like, okay, he's not calling the emergency line because why would he?
Yes.
Anyway, I've caught up.
Yeah, so he's calling, like, the headquarters, like, the chief in charge. 3 times. Can't get through. At this point, so here's a little bit more background. At this point last year, I was doing Japanese sign language vlog reels, like, daily on Instagram. And my
Very
Instagram
cool.
was public. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it was like, side note, very cool. Love that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and like the reels were like catching a lot of like traction.
okay.
And after a short amount of time, I had like close to like 8,000 followers.
Ooh, work.
Yeah.
Love that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Eventually I did stop because there's a whole like ethical issue about me being a hearing person, posting in sign language,
Sure.
and then getting like notoriety for that, I guess. Is that the word?
Yeah. That's a good word for it. Yeah, I understand that. That makes sense.
And it's not like I was doing anything like, I wasn't exactly like, I wasn't teaching the language, right? Because that would be like definite appropriation. But I just kind of felt icky, with people, I guess, like, following me and like being like, oh, you're so cool, like, your
And
sign
maybe
language
getting
was
the
great.
wrong idea.
Yeah. Like, I just didn't want to like, step on anyone's toes. So
I understand.
yeah. So eventually I did stop that. But I was always, while I was doing it, I was always careful about, not sharing too much personal information, but I was still getting a bunch of DMs daily. And at this point, like, even some people were like noticing me in the streets.
Oh, she was famous. I love that. How fun.
Yeah. They were like, oh, you're the sign language girl. And I'm like, no, please.
Eesh, how's that? What's it like being formally famous?
Oh my God. It was weird because like people would DM me after the fact. So like they'd be like, I think I saw you, but you were with your family, didn't want to encroach. And so like people were always respectful.
I mean, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was kind of like, I don't know, I can't handle that level of fame, which was not even like any level of fame, but
I mean, yeah, I that it can get weird, I'm sure.
Yeah. So like, that on top of like me feeling like I was kind of appropriating when I'm not trying to. But anyways, so I did start to get a little scared. Like, what if somehow I've been doxxed and like, somehow people got not only my name, but my husband's name and our address.
And your address, yeah, oof.
So, all the while, my husband is telling me, like, don't open the package in the house. Like,
yeah,
like,
absolutely
what if it's a bomb or something?
Don't open it at all.
No. Exactly. So my husband is still trying to contact the police, right? He's still at work. He's trying to contact the police about the package. So I decided to do a little sleuthing myself.
Yeah, it's okay. Carmen Sandiegoing about. Yep.
So I'm searching the name, but nothing comes up. Like,
why would it?
Yeah. Like, no social media presence, no direct internet footprints. Sometimes like, people have like LinkedIn pages, or names will pop up.
Or something. Like what, like a Tumblr, I don't know, like an Imgur or something.
Yeah. So like there are similar names, but it's not this name and it's not the same location. So I'm just like, okay, so this is a social media nobody, an internet nobody. Maybe they're not even on, the internet, which is even creepier.
Yeah, like that's almost a bigger red flag. Yeah, it's like having no online presence is kind of a red flag in its own right sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. So what next step? I decide to Google the sender's address.
Okay, good.
Because, that's the next step. I think it makes sense.
Sure.
it pings to a slightly older building. So I'm on the street view, right?
Okay.
It pings to a slightly older building in not a very residential area. It looks like this like big gray building, and next to it is like a garage or a gas station. It's just like kind of barren.
Okay. So like not an office building or something, like just a generic, like a nondescript building?
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of sketchy. It looks pretty sketchy. It's like not residential or anything.
Lovely.
and so there are no signs on the building. Like I am zooming in, like trying unmarked building. No signs. But there is one business that pops up at this address.
What's the business? Oh gosh. What's the rendezvous location?
I've changed the name, but this is as close as I'm going to give you.
Fair.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
House Call Wives, Men's Delivery Relaxation Salon.
Oh. Yikes! What does that mean? What are they sending? Is it
what
seaweed?
Does that seaweed? So it's like one of those like sex work businesses where like they go to your house and give you a personal massage.
Yeah, with the fun endings.
So a little more background information. My husband is a salesman and frequently goes to Tokyo for overnight business trips.
Okay.
So here is me, overthinking. And
sure, I mean, it's I could see how you could get there.
I'm not the one going to Tokyo. I'm not going to Tokyo.
How does your address get to Tokyo?
Oh. So immediately I'm looking at him like, what the fuck is this?
Care to explain?
I think I've skipped a little bit. He is at home at this point.
Okay, he's made it home.
Yeah, he's made it home. So I am like actually looking at him. I'm showing him the Google Maps, and I'm like, you need to explain. In real time. You need to explain this to me, or I am leaving the house right now. So he swears up and down that he's never been to a business like that, and he needs me to believe him.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what someone caught red-handed would say.
Right. And what? Where's the proof?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Give me the proof.
That's all fine and good. I'm not satisfied.
Give me the receipts.
Yes.
So why is this location sending us a mysterious package, huh?
Yeah, good question. I'd also like to know.
I'm like so annoyed at my husband at this point. Like, I don't know, like I want to trust him, but like I don't know what to do. We don't know who this package is from. We don't know what's inside this package, quote unquote seaweed.
What is that code for?
So my husband, he's at a loss as well. He decides to text his sister the whole situation because at least, it's weird. He sends like the name of the sex work business, all of that. This package stays in our foyer because no one wants to touch it.
I'm surprised you kept it in the house. You kept it at all, but
that's true.
Anyway.
But the package stays in our foyer. No one wants to touch it. I mean, the odds that it is a bomb are low, but it's never zero. So we're trying to be safe.
Yeah.
So we haven't heard from his sister yet. The next day at work, my husband calls me suddenly.
Okay.
He usually only texts while at work because he's off seeing clients and stuff.
So he stepped away for this.
Yeah. So for me to get a phone call from him is kind of rare because usually it's just texting. But he tells me his sister got back to him, and the mystery sender was their cousin.
Cousin is the
So, like, first of all, like, why is the cousin sending from a sex shop?
Yeah.
Second of all, how did my husband not recognize his cousin's name?
That's a great question. That didn't even compute with me until you said it. Yeah, would he not have? Is it a long lost cousin?
Well, I guess so. This cousin was like married, so her last name was different from my husband's.
Oh, okay.
So it had changed, but this isn't like super recent that she got married. So I think it's just, I think just, you know, my husband had like a mental like blip.
Okay, it happens. We'll give him this one.
Yeah. So it all turns out that a month or so prior, like a relative had passed away, and like we had sent some condolence money, which is like customary here. And the cousin was sending us back a mountain load, like a year's supply of nori, as like a thanks.
Oh, okay.
And the whole thing about the address being the sex business is just a very, 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 very unfortunate coincidence. And so what his sister said, what my husband's sister said was basically like, well, it's not wrong, she is a housewife.
Dragged her, right? Why? I mean, I guess that's what siblings do, but damn.
Yeah, so it was just a very, very strange
cousins,
coincidence.
not sibling.
Yeah.
My gosh, but damn, dragged her.
Yeah. So I guess like perhaps like in her apartment building, this business like has rented out one of the apartments on the DL or something, which is not very on the DL when it pops up on Google, but
no, no, it doesn't sound like it. You could just Google it up. That they got search engine optimization.
So I don't know if that cousin knows that her address pings to this business, but I think she doesn't live there anymore. I think since this, she's gotten divorced and remarried, I think, or something.
I mean, good for her. But like, that was gonna be my next question. Was like, did anyone tell her? Like, that's
a good question. I should ask my husband.
Like, did he not like call her or like send her a text, Facebook, something like, hey, did you know? Like, send like a screenshot even. Like,
right,
hey,
right.
Look, is this you?
Oh my god. The nori was delicious, by the way.
Fabulous. I mean, at least it was all worth it in the end.
Yes.
It was just a lot of seaweed.
Yeah, it was like 3 canisters like this big.
Okay. Well.
So, yeah.
I guess
it was like primo seaweed.
Well, that's very. What a wild ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would have been. That's so stressful. So stressful over seaweed.
Yes, absolutely.
And a multiple day. So how many? You said was it just the next day, or was it like a few days? Okay.
Like 3 days total. From like when we got the slip, and then the package arrived, and then trying to figure out who or where it came from, trying to contact the police, getting no help.
Well, and then I wonder, like, did the police just drop it? Like, did anyone ever get back to you on that? I mean, like, hey, did you figure out what was going on? No?
No, they never got back to us. We never got through to the Kyoto Police Department, so...
I guess they figured no news is good news.
I guess so.
Oh my goodness. Well, that was wild and crazy. But at least it all turned out. That story had everything.
Yes.
It had sex workers and seaweed and mystery packages.
Yes.
Oh man. But no, mine's not anything like that. I don't know. It's not anywhere near as mystery, so I don't even know if it applies. But man.
Tell me about your male mishaps or whatever.
I mean, it's I don't even know. Like, you can totally, if it doesn't apply, you can obviously cut it all out. But like, the only thing that I could even think of, like, that was package related, it was like an ex-friend trying to. And this was an ex-friend, like, that was like in the thick of like the friend breakup, and like. And I was like not wanting. I was like, everything was said. It was like, it's better that we just split up, and that was it. But and she was trying to give some things to me, and like had a box full of stuff, and was like standing at my front door for like 35 minutes, pounding on my door, and I was just like. I wasn't saying anything because I was just like, eek, and like Ethan and I are like hiding in there because we're like, no, like we said no, like, and you're here, you showed up unannounced with the, and anyway, and then she eventually left, but then like left the package there at the door, and like I was watching out the window to see, and like she waited, and then in her car for another like 20 minutes watching to see if I would like open the door to like see if I was gonna get the package and then like ambush me or something. But she eventually left, and this was like after like probably, I don't know, like 45 minutes to an hour like total that she was waiting for me to come out. But like, so that was all that the only thing that I could think of like package related, because it involved like a box of things. But like,
that's crazy.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, she left eventually.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
She got the message. Oh.
Yeah, and I haven't heard from her since. I mean, I preemptively block her on everything anyhow.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, I've had a few like, difficult friend breakups, but like nothing like that level. That's like a lover breakup kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's very strange.
That was and that wasn't even like, that was just the last that was just like the last thing. There were so many other, and that could be its own conversation. Like, that could be its own episode. If that ever comes up, if you're ever talking about like crazy friend, we can come back and we can talk about that more, because that was like a multiple incident thing leading up to the package thing. But
I will come back to you on that one. Because I actually do have a story that someone submitted about a friend breakup. It's not as wild as this one, but I have a story for you.
Okay, great. Yeah. Again, let's do it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Well, I love that. But I think that like that's about it that I've got with package things. Mostly because I mean, I don't know, I haven't had anything that exciting, not mystery like that.
Which is probably a good thing, less stress.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I was so excited to see the invite back. I was like, oh my gosh, yay already. So fast. I didn't think it was going to be so fast.
Yeah. Well,
but I've been listening to them, and they're all so fun. Like, you're getting some great guests, and it's fun to listen to in the morning. Like, I'll put it on in the morning. Like with my I think Ethan's gonna go. Put it on in the morning with my coffee. It's good stuff. If you heard her barking, that's Luna.
She has some words.
Yes, but you're doing a great job, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I've just been I've been so overwhelmed with the positive feedback I've been getting. That's
good.
Yeah, I'm just so happy.
I mean, aren't you at 5 stars?
I haven't.
You are at 5 stars. At least on Spotify, that's where I listen. You are at 5 stars. So that's the highest rating I've ever gotten in anything. So. Yeah. 5 stars. With, like four people have rated you 5 stars on Spotify, myself included. I am one of those 4. Of course. That's so exciting.
Oh my
yes,
gosh. Yeah,
Diva.
yeah. I'm enjoying like just having these chats with like you guys. That's like the main
I'm enjoying
thing.
it too.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm so glad that you're enjoying it. Because we are too. I mean, obviously.
Yes.
So you can't stop now.
I won't. But people have to send in the stories.
Oh my god, yeah. I know I am guilty of it. Maybe even I'll send in some of that story. I mean,
yes.
Yeah, here, I'll think on it. I'll think on some things. Because I should probably contribute to that show in that way, too.
Oh my god, I would love it. I would love it so much.
Yeah, and hell, maybe even one of them, I'll try to come up with something that, like, you don't even have to make me anonymous if you don't want to.
Okay, well, that's up to you. That's up to you.
Yeah, it depends on how we want to play it, but I'll contribute a little bit more.
Oh, awesome. Yes. Yes, and like even if it's not someone who like is listening to the podcast, like, you know, if you just have like a great story or you know someone who has a great story, I would love to have them send it in.
Okay.
Or if they give you permission to like send it in, it's all anonymous. So
okay.
Yes.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Actually, you know what? I'll send in the story about how my day went today.
Yes, there you go.
That's what I'll do.
Yes.
I'll write that up.
Yes, absolutely.
That would be a good one. Okay. Great. We'll do that.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining me, Diva.
Oh my gosh, you're welcome, Diva. Thank you for having me.
This has been so much fun.
I had a great time just like the last time, and I look forward to the next time.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
How do I stop this now? Thank you for listening to Cup of Chocolate. If you have a story to share with us, some juicy gossip, or you want to come on the show with me and be part of the conversation, DM me at our Instagram account @markcupofchocolate. This podcast is a labor of love by yours truly, but can't exist without your support and engagement. Let me know your thoughts and feedback. I'm Shoko. Join us again next week for another Cup of Chocolate.